Good evening and welcome one and all to the 2018 College of Education Graduation Celebration. We'll begin in about 10 minutes, so please find your seats and get ready to celebrate our graduates. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the 2018 University of Washington College of Education Commencement Ceremony. My name is Mia Tuan, and as Dean of the College, it is my honor to serve as Master of Ceremonies for this celebration. Today, we proudly present more than 700 new teachers, researchers, leaders, policymakers, early childhood professionals, and other educators who are dedicating their time, talent, and passion to making learning come alive for all students. Please join me now by standing for the procession of our graduating class. That's quiet.
Yes.
All right.
Say yes.
Family and friends who have joined us today, I am so proud to present to you the 139th class of the University of Washington College of Education. Please be seated. Graduates, the day you have been waiting for and dreaming about is finally upon us. Very soon, you will be walking across this stage to receive your diplomas and be honored by your family, friends, and faculty. But first, please allow your college community a few moments to set the tone for this wonderful occasion by reflecting on what your time here has meant, what we've tried to instill in you, and how you are ready to tackle the big challenges facing educators today. Desmond Tutu once said, "Inclusive, high-quality education is a foundation for a dynamic and equitable society." Every member of our college, from students like Andrew Vo, graduating today with a degree in education, community, and organizations, and Polo Decano, receiving his PhD in school psychology, to faculty like Teddy Beam Conroy, who directs our elementary teacher education program, shares this core belief and strives to make it a reality for all young people. Yet we know that access to an excellent education is uneven and unequal, and that a student's zip code and family income too frequently determine the opportunities available to a student and the quality of her learning experience. We also know that too many students feel pressured to leave their cultural identities at home in order to thrive or be accepted at school by peers or adults. At the College of Education, we believe that a high-quality education is not only foundational for an equitable society, it's an essential right. Your time with us, whether as an early childhood and family studies major or as a student in the Danforth Educational Leadership Program, has focused on fortifying your knowledge, skills, and tenacity to be effective in environments that are rich, diverse, complex, frustrating, and sometimes heartbreaking. Fundamental to your learning has been the belief that young people learn best when the learning is authentic, rigorous, and fun. That culture is a resource and not a deficit. That young people are willing to learn from anyone who cares about them and takes an interest in who they are. That families and communities possess deep funds of knowledge and expertise that we must learn from. And finally, that we're all in this together. Educators, researchers, advocates, families, and students, we must learn and grow together to achieve our dreams. During the years to come, each of you will inevitably encounter obstacles and question yourself. In those moments, remember why you do the work that you do. Your calling is to empower people of all ages, but especially young people, to reach their full potential. Don't be afraid to try something uncomfortable. Push your practice. Question the answer, and dare to do more than what others think is possible. You're ready for this. You've received an outstanding preparation from one of the top 10 colleges of education in the nation. Collectively, you've already spent tens of thousands of hours in local classrooms and community organizations and participated in research partnerships taking on the most pressing challenges in education. We need UW-prepared teachers who enact ambitious teaching practices for all students. We need UW-prepared leaders who understand how to transform systems to advance equity. We need UW-prepared policymakers and researchers who know that bringing communities together is essential if we are to successfully take up these pressing challenges. In short, we need you to move this work forward so that every child who walks into a classroom knows that they will be cared for, understood, and challenged. And finally, I ask you to remember the people who helped you reach your potential. Who comes to mind when you think about your personal support team? Your parents, a best friend, a teacher, your partner? Your journey hasn't always been easy, but the people who have supported you along the way have made all the difference in helping you achieve your goals. Many of those individuals are here today to witness your personal milestone, beam with pride, and share in your joy. And so, I now invite you to turn and find those individuals and thank them for their support. Thank you, family and friends, for being part of this special day. Thank you, graduates, for sticking it through. And thank you for your ongoing dedication to helping others become their best selves. Now I would like to introduce the first of our student speakers from the class of 2018. Each was asked to reflect on what it means to be an educator activist at this historic moment in time. It is with great pleasure that I would like to welcome graduate student speaker Aduranaya Onyewenye to the podium. Aduranaya is a leader in our community, serving on the advisory board of the Office of Student Diversity and Inclusion. She is currently a dissertation fellow with the American Educational Research Association, and her research investigates how race, ethnicity, immigration, cultural norms, and discrimination influence the academic trajectories of Black American and African immigrant high school students. And I'm pleased to add that she will become a faculty member at the College of New Jersey this fall. Please join me in welcoming Aduranaya.
So, thank you very much, Dean Tuan, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, distinguished guests, administrators, faculty, staff, families, friends, and members of the graduating class of 2018. Before I continue, it is important that we acknowledge the people, past, present, and future, of the Duwamish tribe, the Muckleshoot tribe, and other Coast Salish tribes whose traditional lands we are on today. I am honored and humbled to address you all this evening. As was stated, my name is Aduranaya Chidinma Onyewenye, and I am graduating with a doctorate from the Learning Sciences and Human Development program. I know for many of you, including me, this is the end of a very, 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 very long and sometimes arduous, but ultimately rewarding educational journey. To my fellow graduates, it seems like the time went by fast and slow all at the same time. Let me just pause for a second to tell you something very important. Congratulations. We made it. Being here today and wearing this funny cap and gown is not just a style choice, but about representing ours, as well as our families and communities, persistent hard work, countless sacrifices, and academic success. So how did we end up here today? There's a strong likelihood that at an early age, we all had a passion, drive, or a want to make the world a better place and found that education could help us attain that goal. Over the years, family, friends, peers, colleagues from other disciplines, and mentors have asked me the question. I'm willing to wager that most of you that are about to receive a diploma today have been asked the question or a variation of it as well. Are you actually going to make any money with a degree in education? Why aren't you pursuing a degree in something more financially lucrative? At first, I used to get stunned, but then I would eventually reply, I don't do it for the money, I do it for the warm fuzzies. I remember one day talking to my brother Ike and telling him I was fed up with being asked that question. He said, don't let that get to you. Instead, remember that you are pursuing this degree because you want to help the world be a better place. With this degree, you will have a wider and lasting impact on the lives of all that you encounter: students, families, teachers, school administrators, and communities. And that is something money can't buy. When asked by the college, what does it mean to be an educator activist in 2018, it reminded me of this exchange with my brother. For many of us, we pursued degrees in education because we want to make the world a better place for our students, their families, teachers, principals, and communities. For some, like myself, we wanted to make a lasting impact on our own personal communities that helped us survive, thrive, and get here today. While traditional Western education indoctrinates our students and communities with historically oppressive knowledge or ways of thinking, doing, or being, as educational activists, we believe that our students and communities possess their own funds of knowledge. By cultivating their communal knowledge, we aid our students in finding new ways to interrupt and dismantle these oppressive educational systems. Being an educator activist is not just a label, but a way of life. We breathe, eat, dream, read, write, and engage with injustices and inequities in our educational system every single day. As future teachers, principals, professors, advisors, researchers, policymakers, and overall change agents, we understand the various interlocking systems of oppression that our students, their families, and their communities face. During our time here, we have come to understand the role of racism, sexism, heteronormativity, xenophobia, and other oppressive systems in endangering the livelihood of the communities we work with. We understand that being apolitical, especially under the current presidential administration, is a fallacy. Classrooms and schools have never been neutral grounds. They have always been nested in, shaped by, and directed toward transforming their surrounding socio-political context. Therefore, as educational activists, incorporating local, national, and global issues in our teaching, research, service, and advocacy are paramount. So the next time someone asks you the question, respond back with, how are you positively impacting your local community in the world? As we go forth into the world, remember that our time at the University of Washington and in the College of Education was just a stepping stone to aid us in making the world a better, more humane, and socially just place for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Aduranaya. And now, Dr. Joy Williamson-Lott, Associate Dean for Graduate Studies, will introduce our students earning doctoral, educational specialist, and Master of Education degrees. As we begin to honor today's graduates, we ask that guests please keep the arena floor clear for our graduates and event staff. Professional photographers will be taking photos of each graduate on the stage, and these photos will be available to you following today's ceremony.
Good evening. Congratulations to our doctoral graduates. Friends and family, here we have a group of graduates who decided to commit themselves to years and years and years and extra years of concentrated study, all while balancing a whole host of other important duties in their lives. They learned how to code oral interviews, do design-based research, perform advanced statistical modeling techniques, search through archives, and many other important skills. And they did so while thinking deeply and critically about the educative enterprise. As future researchers, teachers, and policymakers, they will help make a difference locally, nationally, and globally. Help me welcome them to the stage and congratulate them on their success.
Colin Gasimis.
Adurenaya Oyuweni.
Thad Williams.
Jessica Rodriguez.
Erin Bird.
Jamie Michelle Phillips Jimenez.
Allison Fox.
David Barrias Chon.
Matab Nazemi.
Raydell Lorraine Kani.
Julia Daniels.
Anthony Longoria.
Maurice Huning.
Sunun Park.
Catherine Ann Nichols. Nicholas.
Good job, sir. Winston Benjamin. Slow down, Andy. Thank you very much. Good seeing you. What's that?
Andy Coons.
Rowan Garnett.
Alexandra Lehman Goodell.
Gonzala Guzman.
Elaine Renee Klein.
Lindsay Wilson.
Veronica Cassone McGowan.
Rachel Earl.
West Keller.
Elizabeth Hubert.
Natalie Badgett.
Cindy Ola.
Rochelle Nora Huntington.
Candace Marion Small.
Yevgenia Veverka.
Thank you. Polo Dicano.
Douglas Judge.
Jacqueline Michelle Lally.
Justin Bader.
Thank you. Yued Jun Che.
Somin Yeon.
Thank you. Stephen Ottinger.
Michael Babcock.
Alexandra Lotus.
Roderick Kevin Merrill.
Maria Muzzo.
Rebecca Clifford.
Thank you. Stephen Philip Leifson.
Robert Baumgartner.
Allison Naomi Dino.
Peter Meisner.
Louisa Francine Sanchez Nielsen.
Amber McCulloch.
Shannon Hitch.
Helen Zhang.
Melissa L. Spencer.
Maria Bruder. Scott Irwin. Christina Bellamy. Mia Williams. Keisha Scarlett. Sarah Pritchett. Kelly Young Aramaki. Melinda Sharp Reinvan.
Congratulations to our educational specialists and Masters of Education graduates who will next be coming to the stage. Friends and family, you are looking at a group of hardworking graduates who decided to commit themselves to education in a variety of forms and for a variety of purposes, and many did so while raising families and working full-time jobs. They will enter fields like counseling, educational administration, and teaching. They will become curriculum specialists, community activists, start nonprofits, and some will either pursue further graduate study. Please help me welcome them to the stage and congratulate them on their success.
Gina Hyder.
Saloni Nanda.
Keisha Hayes.
Candace Rhodes.
Vivian Chang.
Lupita Santillan.
Sana Hussein.
Elsha Tivera.
Amy Chien.
Paulette Q. Thompson.
Nurapama Madhavan.
Charisse Ramariz.
Holly Van Hee.
Courtney Avery.
Gwyneth Lehman.
Megan Elizabeth Paulson.
Cree Amanda Stacy Herring.
Brianna Donnell Longwell.
Jacob Ellig.
Magdalena Hernandez.
Barry Cornegay.
Danielle Johnson.
Valerie Schweigert.
Blaine Stemple.
Narelle Chartier.
Sean Mark Williams.
Jed Bradley.
Heba Al-Mola.
Helen Ches.
Martin Zhu.
Sarah Marie Christensen.
Marina Gano.
Keoko Forrest Matthews.
Brooke Elizabeth Summerlin.
Kyle Shea.
Sandra Maddox.
Ashley Lynn Cheslick.
Alina Alinaga.
Lauren Stovall.
Yadira Giselle Oregon Lopez.
Josie Stump.
Laura Knight.
Mackenzie Ellen Payne.
Richard Cottrell Dearden.
Rudy Romaine.
Alexandra Milan.
Jessica Lorenz.
Mary Downs.
James Massey.
Vivian Tita Sheridan.
Haley Fisher.
Autumn Nicole Cutter.
Tucker Dover.
Emmerly Park.
Liliana Elizabeth Spence.
Daniel P. Goodwin.
Dan Liu.
Sheetal Karwa.
Menlu Ye.
Maria Elena Luna.
Inga Lee.
Cao Kui.
Jachi Lee.
Thank you. Yani Wang.
Xiyang Liu.
Hannah Lin.
Paul Verschuren.
Rebecca Hall.
Ainsley Goodrich.
Taylor Johnson.
Jacqueline Tilden Calderon.
Gabrielle Ivy.
Danielle Virata.
And congratulations. Kendall Day.
Vinu Vijay. Jacob Elmore.
April Kalauma Boyce.
Noelle Emily Ames.
Andrea Erdahl.
Hannah Grather.
Megan Lorraine Rupert.
Robin Dean.
Rebecca Chin.
Naomi Bosch.
Alafeya Zavari.
Latanya Parker.
Brittany Scott.
Mawia Fields.
Julia Mariko Afuso.
Catherine Susan Coffin.
Amelia Saunders.
Allison Hanza.
Stacy Kwan.
Michelle Lynn Turner.
Ga Pul Woon.
Lindsay Rintamaki.
Marie Parrish.
Shannon Jean Shi Chen.
Sarah Carty.
Madeline Marie Hogue.
Susie Nakamura.
Kevin Bascom.
Eileen Lai.
Lillian Malayam.
Amber Mormon Peraza.
Anna Ewing.
Bontu Aman Mohammed.
Hannah George.
Sarasvathai Noel.
Kunti Hardy.
Ji Yoon Lee.
Christina Rieken.
Yi Yoon Soo.
Taylor Lynn Connors.
Yuna Park.
Roseanne Marquez.
Michael Carzell Tillman.
Kusana Marie Igamu.
Krista Fink.
Mark Anthony Flores.
Shelby Parsons.
Catherine Nance.
Yi Ren Zhang.
Bree Chang.
Lauren Elizabeth Hatchett.
Sarah Bledsoe.
Julie Ann Campos.
Emily Ann Cartmel.
Zenit Yaya.
Nicole Taylor.
Katie Jennifer Castillo.
Stephanie Grillo.
Erica A. Miles.
Caroline Rankin.
Stephanie Alyssa Fernandez.
Beatna O.
Luis Molina.
Funyi Jiang.
Patrick Fox.
Chelsea DeVicos.
Mariah Hyde.
Amanda Hurst.
Bryston Nam.
Kayla Mayo.
Sarah Rose Colonnese.
Katie Cole.
Jennifer Heydrich.
Mackenzie Darris.
Zoe Traeger.
Matt Kaliri.
Jasmine Nicole Kellogg.
Junelle Novello.
Rebecca Muniz. Wait. Hello.
Melias Sang.
Toby Casey.
Kaya Linnea Reinelt.
Megan K. Wiedemann.
Michelle Call.
Elise Sewerty.
Jonathan Cunningham. Dylan John Kane.
Casey Green.
Zachariah Beasley.
Oh, yes. All right, I'm back. Now we are recognizing our Masters in Teaching graduates. Friends and family, here we have the teachers of the future. They will bring to their classrooms deep content knowledge, research-informed teaching practices, and a commitment to improving the lives and outcomes of all students. Please welcome them to the stage and congratulate them on their success.
Casey Angelina Sullivan.
Susanna Norgard.
Hallie Rose Hominda.
Haley Ann Scavrell.
Christine Suzanne Rivera.
Caroline Rose Masters.
Annie Spung.
Sarah Marcille Job.
Robert Charles Lamberts, Jr.
Molly Price.
Zachary Chen.
Laura Felpo.
Jihei Shin.
Johanna Carol Fisher.
Melissa Marie DeGroff.
Felicia Hope Patan.
Kaylee Rose Cram.
Tessa O'Connor Nesbitt.
Elizabeth Lee.
Rebecca Leischer.
Emily Taylor Mosley.
Michaela Yvette Southern.
Chu Lee.
Jason Bernard Erickson.
Ariana Yasmin Ramirez Alvarado.
Tony Stevie.
Lei Chu.
Rebecca Lee Peacock.
Megan Moreno.
Atisha Rockamarkit.
Ann Din.
Natalie Jane Tuck.
Cindy Quinn Mack.
Tara Rubin Tabarez.
Roxanne Valdez.
Ellie Kim.
Luke Reichley.
Holly Anya Steinauer.
Marquia Montero.
Margot Zwang. Katarina Rika.
Sierra Stacy Chung.
Lisa Thomas.
Maria Klimak.
Yi Lu.
Desislava Petrova.
Wenjie He.
Dani Muramoto.
Denise Michelle Quarles.
Salima Dosa.
Rania Khalil.
Shanna Cole.
Sierra Tinhoff.
Jenna Robertson Hall.
Sheena Bowden.
Kai Milani Iona.
Christopher Veltri.
Carlos Andres Garcia.
Margaret Meshnick.
Are we doing the Ann tonight? Yes. Okay. Bria Ann McGinley.
Andy Caroline Martin.
Sophia S. Noor.
Maya Festinger.
Melissa Oberti.
Well, there's a little back up there, so we want you to have your time in the sun. We gotta get these ladies moving. Madeline Collin.
Isabel Sinclair.
Emuna David. Randy Selmar.
Sheridan Johnson.
No, not just wait. Jesus. Hannah Walker.
Ali Fragoso.
Chanel Braswell.
Allison Christie Lowe.
Khadijah Ladd.
Jennifer Yee.
Caitlin Kamale Jenkins.
Tiffany Chang.
Jasmine Nguyen.
Natalie Lucy.
Megan Maury.
Megan K. O'Neill. Cynthia Castle. Rochelle Brockman. Stephanie Benz. Jules Hansen. Janet Callahan. Aaron Spiegel. Micah Bates. Last time? No. Kelsey Pape. It's all up there. Mandy Sin. Madison Cooper. Erin Nicole Crandall. Hannah Marie Johnson. You got one of mine? Caitlin Woods.
At this time, I would like to welcome our undergraduate commencement speaker, Riddhi Devanji. A member of the first graduating cohort of the college's Education, Community, and Organizations major. Riddhi is a trained Indian classical dancer and spent a significant part of her time at the UW growing as a dancer and artist with the university's premier Indian classical dance team, Natya UW. Her overlapping interest in dance, education, and data science drew her to the unique research being conducted at educational research and philanthropic organization Foundry 10, where she will work as a research coordinator after graduation. Please join me in welcoming Riddhi.
Thank you, Dean Tuan, for the introduction. And I know this might not be the first graduation for many of you that you're attending today or in this week, so I'll try and keep the cliches to a minimum. If you do hear me say one, feel free to throw your jazz hands up in the air. So I'm extremely honored to have this moment to address all the graduates, faculty, staff, family, friends gathered here tonight. This singular evening allows us to do three very important things. The first is to celebrate the culmination of your diligent perseverance over many years and the person that it has made you today. We also come together tonight to take a moment to express our gratitude to everyone who has supported us in getting to this point. Finally, we use this time to reflect on our lives and achievements and contemplate what lies ahead. This degree is a stepping stone for many of us. It will allow us to continue to pursue the vision and mission that originally brought us to the College of Education here at the University of Washington. This moment is as good as any to reflect on what that vision and mission truly are. When I asked myself this question, I found clarity in a source that I'm thankful to still have access to: the folktales and philosophy of my culture passed down to me by my ancestors. In Indian classical philosophy, the underlying purpose of education is self-actualization. This is done when institutions of education focus on inculcating higher values within every person, specifically the values of intellect, emotion, and gratitude. There is a small tale that is used to convey the importance of these three values of education. It tells of a young child filled with emotion who looks up at the moon with curiosity and lovingly claims the moon as her maternal uncle, or Chanda Mama, because of the cool radiance it provides in the darkness. However, as the child grows and goes on to acquire knowledge of the world around her, she realizes that the moon is but a rock in space covered in dust and craters. The rock does not even emit its own light. It derives its light from the sun. This lessens the gratitude that she once had for the moon. Her new knowledge of the world leads her to lose touch with the only source of light and comfort she could rely on in the otherwise pitch-dark nights of her childhood. This story shows us that through education, we may grow our intellect by acquiring knowledge of the world around us, but we should not let that knowledge make us dry. Only an education that stimulates the mind and the heart by putting an equal emphasis on cultivating intellect, emotion, and gratitude within us is capable of leading us to self-actualization. If we look at our world today, however, very few individuals appear to seek an education for these purposes. Currently, we see that this power of education is being relegated to meet the demands of industry and politics. The value of an educated individual in this system is measured by their competitive advantage in the job market, as well as their ability to participate in our democracy, which we all know too well continues to be a right reserved for a privileged few. The majority of educators reject this notion that our institutions of education should simply output employees and law-abiding citizens. We all believe that the power of education is much greater than its capacity to simply fill our stomachs with the promise of a potential paycheck and the ability to vote. We must ask ourselves, how will we go about adding value in a system that defines value in such narrow terms? An educator activist is one who not only rejects these terms, but also one who works to redefine them. I choose to redefine these terms by recognizing my role as an educator is to nourish the values of intellect, emotion, and gratitude within each and every individual. Each of you will have your own unique ways of articulating this for yourselves that aligns with the path that you have chosen to pursue. Despite these variations, I can say with confidence that your visions for education look drastically different than our current state of affairs. Each of you hopes to apply your knowledge and skills in a way that creates meaningful change in the systems and lives engaged in the pursuit of education. It is this hope and ability to create change that makes us educator activists, because you recognize the true power of education. I know I've been given this by my degree in education communities and organizations. Hopefully you too have learned how to do this and pay it forward through your work as you move on in the rest of your lives. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Riddy. And now Dr. Carol Davis, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education, will introduce our students earning bachelor's degrees.
This year, we are celebrating the accomplishments and graduation of 260 undergraduates in the College of Education. We have 143 majoring in early childhood family studies, 72 students majoring in early childhood education. They have served over 5,000 hours in community preschools, teaching and learning with young children and their families. These graduates will go on to become leaders in the education of young children and their families as teachers, healthcare providers, local and state policymakers, and researchers studying the effects of practices in early learning. We are also celebrating our first cohort of 44 students majoring in education, communities, and organizations. They have contributed over 18,000 hours in community-based internships, learning with our community partners, organizations, toward the creation of a just and equitable society. These graduates have plans to work in organizations as curriculum developers, communication specialists, directors of community programs, teachers, and educational activists.
Jan Sharon Van Horn.
Kirsten Stockner.
Lauren Pate.
Chloe Patrice Hagans.
Adeline Michaela Deinhardt.
Sanjana Ravi.
Jenna Nicole Flint.
Lissa Fukuhara.
Neely Turner.
Felicia Sugiato.
Catherine Jordan Sanfilippo.
Tishan Queen.
Janet Quinn.
Andrea Francisco.
Laura Claire Arpin.
Marie Lovely Janine Simbal.
Michaela Rose Kiba.
Grace Mack.
Janet Conrera Guevara.
Hida Defaya Ali Etab.
Rama Banksley.
Rukia Abdi Ahmed.
Brianna Cheever.
Aya Mahamud Saliban.
Lisa Marie Padilla.
Ling Hui.
Tamara Dawn Wagmister Leopold.
Jingyu An.
Sean Roman.
Yao Yi.
Kayleen Hill.
Olivia Tian.
Sue Horton.
Yue Pan.
Sarah Simova Levinson.
Su Yi Leong.
Sarah Elizabeth Hegnes.
Jonathan Hyunwoo Lee.
Abigail Reynolds.
Trisha Eleanor Burkhart.
Rebecca Renata Cummins.
Lindsay Marie Allemeyer.
Sarah Cunningham.
Jillian Casal.
Kelly Joy McNaught.
Sabrina May Roberge.
Heather White.
Cassie Schwartz.
Deanna Aguilar.
Kelly Shangsu Chen.
Elizabeth Danielle Sandoval.
Ashley Huffman.
Brittany Ann Green.
Madison Nordstrom.
Riverly Morgan Landis.
Ingrid Helena Thorstensen.
Sienna Traverso.
Tina Wang.
Kimberly Ann Drapo.
Catherine Q. Wynn.
Yifan Shu.
Giselle Gando.
Hang on a second. Imani Madison Dawson.
Erica Kim.
Ali Cho.
Jiwon Choi.
Aaliyah Norton.
Jaylene Vavrick.
Mishi Davis.
Aaron Williams.
Jenna Orwell Shams Sheldon.
Haley Brooke Burleson.
Sarah Michaela Smith.
Delaney Christine McKnight.
Brittany Wu.
Julie Schusterman.
Ellen Mary Margaret Colombo.
Chak Ming Chan.
I practiced it. Molly Grace Azos.
Jin Lee. Okay. Jin Lee.
Sally Romo Alvarez.
Sol Han.
Yanili Iman.
Ya Som Kim.
Hannah Emily Jacobson.
Cleo Cho.
Jessica Bonilla.
Hannah Kim.
Alondra Espinoza Ratama.
Lauren Sueco Oda.
Magda Karina Vasquez Lua.
April Marie Masters.
Abigail Alejandra Sevilla.
Christina Marie Sanchez.
Heather Leanne Churchill.
Danielle Lynn Terzel.
Roxanne Shanks.
Maribel Martinez Gomez.
Hazel Heiji Lee.
Wing Yi Lee.
Samantha Ng.
Shi Sing Luo.
Cynthia Nguyen.
Zeke Diao.
Leah Wong.
Awun Mok.
Jennifer Nguyen.
Yi Jing Chao.
Robin Dragovich.
Alice Zheng.
Gabrielle Bivens.
Pei Pei Liao.
Jessica Renee Hass.
Xin Yi Wang.
Nicole Muse Davis.
Cassandra Justison.
Janine Aikida.
Amanda C. Flores.
Hannah Faye Marchese Haftos.
Stacy Renee Masters.
Rosa Castaneda.
Amy Catherine Eichmeyer.
Eleazar Catalan.
Josiah Gikungi.
Madison Elise Terry.
Bowen Liu.
Jaina Suyimatsu.
Jingyi Wu.
Serena Carzell.
Wenqing Wang.
Jamie Murray.
Jinqi Wang.
Akila Bartow.
Melissa Ayano Nolani Sugita.
Hannah Nguyen.
You're the first Eco? First Eco? First
Julia Pham.
I also wanted to mention that in that group were our early childhood education majors, 72 of them which just finished and graduated out of the #1 online program in the country.
Gregory Minier.
Raithi Duveji.
Antonio Sandoval Pinacho.
Seamus Martin Nolan.
Gabrielle Teresa Hickok.
Okay. Just Nicole Rose. Got it. Thank you. Nicole Rose Colopy.
Off you go, Anthony. Anthony Tillis.
Madison Marie Prentice.
Regina Alcazar Cabon.
Elise Carol Middleton.
Grace Siskowitz.
Emma Miller.
Sydney Liu.
Pilar Latrondo.
Natalia Esquivel Silva.
Sarah Keiko Satu Belland.
Deborah Lee.
Andrew Vo.
Nina Soyan Kim.
Davis Boswell.
Christina T. Young.
Nicole Shalanu Harris.
Yasmin Belafontaine.
Ivy-Ann Smith.
They did good.
Leslie Garcia.
Marissa Lauren Greitzer.
Alexander Giardino.
Adrian Larson.
Okay, off you go, Steve. Steve Saturn.
Tejane Mackenzie Fisea.
Jennifer Tron. Ziyan Wu. Rebecca Zhao. Xing Ying Zhou. Zhang. Ming Zhang. Rachel Beals. Kimberly Boudreau. Sarah Keck. Raina Marie Tark. Jade Selly.
We would also like to recognize our ECFS online students who are joining us virtually this evening. Fatima Hirji, Desiree Hogue, Katie Rose Hudgkins, Kate Hale, Brenda Heyer, Aldana Graves, Brett Elizabeth Fenderson, Alexandra DiMartini, Malia Christine Chaplin, Amy Sue Brown, Miranda Breed Rambin, Teddy Lorraine Blades, Jasmine Renee Berry, Hamadia Jamal, Jacqueline Johnson, Sierra M. Jones, Suji Zhou, Emily Liang, Claudia Meija, Amy Miller, Haley Ann Mills, Jenna Mitchell, Danby Moon, Natalie Newman, Hodong Nguyen, Jessica Ollinger, Holly Utek, Kara Nicole Booker Peterson, Stacy Polk, Rebecca Alicia Reed, Rong Rong, Alyssa Smirnoff, Millie Sum, Amanda Williamson, Marissa Williams, and Jane Yu.
All right, we're almost at the end. Before we close, I would like to share one final warm, fuzzy moment with you to remember your time with us. It's a short video. Let's take a look.
I'll never forget the endless opportunities that I had by coming to the University of Washington College of Education. The connections and support that I received here have been instrumental in my growth, and they'll be a part of my life forever and always going forward. Trips up and down the quad, looking at the beauty of cherry blossoms and the changing of the seasons. Being able to walk onto the quad and get a dose of sunshine was one of the most rejuvenating aspects of being in Miller Hall. During my time here, I've made some amazing friends. I've grown immensely. Biggest challenges facing educators today. I've learned how to collaborate effectively with people from other fields. I've learned of the many roles that educators can play in the lives of young people and even people older than them. I'm going to go into communities to foster resilience. What I learned here is how to support the wellness of others.
In a moment, we will conclude with the ritual turning of the tassel to symbolize the transition from candidate to graduate. Once we conclude our program, we hope that everyone will linger and celebrate with us. Graduates, please don't be shy. Be sure to introduce your family and friends to our faculty and staff and take some photos to remember the day. The HECED event staff asks that graduates and faculty please exit the building door that you came in through on the Husky Stadium side, so these two. And then meet your families and friends outside or on the concourse level. And finally, a special thank you to the architects of today's event, Marty Howell and Sasha Dattachaudhary, and the team of volunteers who dedicated countless hours to make this a special day for all of our graduates. At this time, all students, please rise. You may now move your tassels from right to left to signify the completion of your degree. Graduates, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the University of Washington College of Education, we wish you the very best as you enter the next phase in your lives. Your future is bright and bursting with potential. Good luck, congratulations, and go Huskies.